Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today we welcome back to the show these mermaid dice. Let's hope today they're lucky for us. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 1. Mystery. Today, the mystery spot contains oatmeal cream pies.
What?
I recently picked these up from a halfling named Deborah.
Why?
If you're unfamiliar with oatmeal cream pies, they are a soft oatmeal sandwich cookie with cream in the middle. Next up, let's roll for our main. 7. Corned beef. Back to our corned beef brisket. I'm not mad about that. A drier main is good.
I would be.
Getting too soggy. All right, let's roll for some cheese. 3. Pepper jack. I already had some pepper jack sliced up, so we're gonna just get that on our sandwich.
Dude, this could have been so
far,
good.
This seems doable, but we'll see where it goes. Let's roll for our roughage.
Oh, it's actually so cooked.
8. Watermelon and 11. None. All right, watermelon's an
What?
okay roll. It's not my favorite. I usually avoid it, but I ended up having a sandwich earlier this year that watermelon was on that both Luke Gygax and I enjoyed. It should be relatively innocuous here. The only worry I have is the moisture. Next, let's get wild with our wild magic roll. 17. Hot grill summer. All right, it looks like once it's all put together, we're going to take our sandwich out back to the old propane grill.
No.
And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
You're gonna put it on the grill?
11. Alaskan bullwhip hot sauce. This hot sauce is made with bullwhip kelp, harvested from Alaska. The kelp grows very fast, sometimes up to 2 feet a day, making it a very sustainable food. It has a rich umami flavor, and in this hot sauce, it's mixed with peri-peri pepper, so it has a decent kick to it
grows
as well.
2 feet a
I'm not
day?
really sure what would have been the ideal sauce for this sandwich, but I definitely think this was one of our better options.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
let's get our sandwich closed up here.
Oh boy. Oh no.
And then since we're going on the grill, no toothpicks today, we're gonna use some tin foil to make sure it doesn't just disintegrate and fall apart, because that's
Smart.
what I'm worried about. All right, let's head to
Imagine
the grill.
to flip it.
All right, we've got our grill up to about 375. Let's get our Sammy on there. I've never cooked an oatmeal cream pie sandwich on the grill before, so we're gonna start with 5 minutes and see how things look after that. Well, truthfully, it's been a little closer to 10 minutes, unfortunately, but things get away from you when you have small children. As I feared, the cream pies have basically disintegrated.
No.
The cream leaked out and got caramelized, which is interesting.
Uh-oh.
The watermelon has released most of its
Oh,
water.
Jesus,
the cheese
mother
is
of-
not melted. I think we're going to do ourselves a favor with this one and cast our first level packed utensils spell, which will make this a little bit easier to eat. So I guess there's nothing really left to do but to head on to the taste test. It's still very hot, so I'm not going to attempt to cut it in half or anything and show a cross section. We're just going to load up a bite here and see how it tastes. Well, I have to say, this is a wild one, y'all. It really does have a caramel taste to it. And that hot sauce doesn't come through in every bite, but when it does pack quite a punch. The oatmeal cream pies kind of did two things. The bottom one got pretty dang burnt, which is my bad. I probably should have flipped it halfway through. But the top one became like a caramel crumble almost. And honestly, with everything else, it doesn't taste too bad. It's weird, but could be a lot worse.
What?
Here's a attempt to show you the cross section. Still hot. Well, this one was quite the strange sandwich, but honestly, ended up not being too bad. It's a mess to eat,
5-3?
but with a fork and knife, I'm at a 7.2. Maybe even higher if the bottom hadn't burnt. And I'm going to call it Sweet Summer Pie. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you again on Wednesday.
No. There's actually no f***ing way. That's a 7-2? I feel like I gotta check in. I feel like I gotta ask, like, is everything okay? Like, is everything going well? Because holy shit.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll.
He is my broke.
Yo, Hellfine, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Dude, no, that's crazy talk. That is actual crazy
Good
talk.
afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by Dietz
Dude,
and
there's
Watson.
no
They
f***ing
plethora
way.
of meats and cheeses for today's episode. Let's see what kind of sandwich we can make. Let's kick it off with our roll for bread. 5. Sourdough. Sourdough just keeps coming back.
I actually can't get over that.
And as
still.
usual, sourdough is much better toasted, so we're going to use our toasting cantrip to sort that out. Now that we've got that taken care of, we've got a nice base for our sandwich. Let's hope the rest is just as good. Moving on to our roll for main
I kind of want to know what this one is.
sandwich. Let's hope the rest is just as good. Moving on to our roll for main. 4, kielbasa. Technically, kielbasa refers to any type of sausage from Poland, but typically in the
Kielbasa's
U.S.,
goated. I haven't had kielbasa in years.
we think of this sausage, known as wiejska, or farmhouse sausage in Poland. This is a smoked pork sausage flavored with marjoram and garlic. Honestly, I've never been a huge fan
Not
of
cooking it?
kielbasa. It's something about the specific smoky
No-
flavor that it has.
No
that
cook? No.
It's just not my favorite.
Oh.
Next up, let's roll for cheese. 2, cranberry goat cheese. This soft, spreadable goat cheese encased in dried cranberries is
Chat, give me 1 in chat if you like or you like goat cheese. Give me a 2 in chat if you don't like goat cheese. Give it 3 if you genuinely just never tried it. Don't argue. Don't say no if you've never tried it. Vote 3 if you've never tried it. I feel like a lot of people say goat cheese is kind of disgusting. They're like, oh my god, it's so bad. Have you actually ever had goat cheese? Because it's actually pretty delicious. It's actually really good. The only bad thing about it is it's crumbly as and it's kind of hard to work with sometimes. I don't know if this one will be because it looks like it has like some kind of binding agent, but it kind of just like, you know.
delicious. The cranberry's tartness and slight bitterness is a perfect pairing with the tangy goat cheese. Now, whether or not it'll
Yeah,
be
like this one has like a binding agent because the cranberry stuff, so it's like a lot more sticky, but like you can tell it would just fall apart.
perfect pairing with kielbasa is another matter. This cheese does have a lot of flavor, so I could see it being the standout of what we have so far.
I think it's good.
Okay, let's
I
roll our
like
roughage.
goat cheese with like some crackers.
1, fermented green mustard, and 4, sea stag. All right, it's time to add our canned pigeon.
Pigeon!
Just kidding. Just checking to see if
Oh.
you're paying attention. These are fermented mustard greens from Thailand. They are soaked in a solution that is largely soy sauce with some other seasonings. They're not bad. They kind of taste like a mixture between bamboo and water chestnuts, which I'm not a huge fan of water chestnuts, but you know, think stir fry. This sea stag is a turmeric and seaweed sauerkraut that I think will actually complement the sausage really well. I mean, you typically eat Polish sausage and sauerkraut together, just not this specific type of sauerkraut. But in general, pickled vegetables and sausage go well together.
What's up, Cat? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
All right, let's get wild with our wild magic roll. 12, finishing salt. All right, we're just gonna add some
I gotta
nice
get myself some of this. It
flaky
looks
salt
awesome.
on top here. Give it a nice crunch and make it all
Oh no,
fancy.
not the Salt Bay.
Be
salt
$500.
thing.
And last but not least,
Okay,
it's the
that's
D20
fine.
sauce roll. Here we go.
That's actually hilarious. Good joke.
15, pad thai sauce. All right, we're going to add some of this pad thai sauce with tamarind. I think it should pair really well with all of our roughage. It's interesting, we kind of ended up with an Asian-Polish fusion. The sauce and the mustard greens, both from Thailand. All right, let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get
It's
our
either gonna be
toothpicks
really
in to
good
hold
or
it
really
together,
bad.
and
I
let's
don't
get
know
it
which
cut in
one's gonna
half.
be.
And let's take a look at that cross section. Not the worst looking I've ever seen. Well, even though the sausage isn't my favorite, I still think this sandwich has a lot of potential. Definitely an interesting combo. Let's taste it. Yeah, this is definitely interesting. I was worried that the goat cheese might clash with some of the roughage and sauces.
I am 95% sure, by the way, he's throwing that on camera and then he's recording the drop later on. Because that one earlier, we went like this and it fell like 3 seconds later. I was like, how high did you throw that shit? I am 95% sure he's adding it after.
But that actually works better than I was expecting. Got this sweet and sour
It's- yeah, 'cause it's so loud.
combination, but the kielbasa shines through in ways that I kind of wish it didn't. Again, I don't hate it, but it clashes a bit for me. I think today I'm at about
Now that I
a
said it, you're probably gonna think, yeah, no shit. Oh, of course he does that. But it's like, did you think that before?
6.7, and I'm going to call this one the crackout pigeon. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again on...
I thought it was gonna be a much more like either higher or lower. It was actually very mid.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today, we welcome back to the show this purple and green striped set. Let's hope they're lucky for us today. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 1, freezer French toast. My recent freezer tour video had people suggesting I put these on the list, and it didn't take very long to roll them. I actually haven't had them yet, but my toddler's a fan. The instructions
French
state
toast
to
is
toast
goated.
on the lightest setting, so we are going to use our toasting cantrip because I'm not eating frozen French toast sticks. Today, at least.
French toast,
All right, let's
goated.
move on to our main.
One of my favorite, if not my favorite breakfast food by far.
10, bologna. The spirit of the toddler is strong with this one. French toast and bologna sounds like something they would throw together if left alone.
Wait a minute. He said
Time
spirit
to
of
add
the
some
toddler.
cheese.
What the fuck?
2, provolone. Got some nice round cheese to go with our nice round meat. I immediately regret saying nice round meat. And let's roll for some roughage.
What?
4 green onion and 10 morels.
What the hell are
Green should be a fine addition to this. Oh no,
Chad, what the f is a
gonna
morel?
do? The king likes Daniel more than me. Honestly, the onion should pair really well here, all things considered. I usually eat onions on my hot dogs, and bologna is basically hot dog. So I'm okay with the addition of green onion here. It's even something you'd often find in a savory pancake. So morels are a highly sought after mushroom because they need to be foraged and can't be cultivated. That equates to them being valuable. I was lucky enough to get my hands on some morels recently, cooked them up earlier this week, and I have a little bit left. I knew this was a risk putting them on the list, but they would end up with something ridiculous. I did not expect it to be a child's sandwich. Let's move on to wild magic. 19, fireball. Fireball is a special roll that requires a little bit of rearranging. We're gonna flip our sandwich over here and open it back up to reveal our cheese that we put on earlier. And then we're gonna use our torch to melt the cheese. This little torch is a lot of fun. It's the Hacksmith Mini Saber, and you can't really tell in the video, but the flame changes colors. This sandwich really is full of a lot of unexpected turns. I'm happy for melted cheese, though. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we
go.
2, lose a spell slot and re-roll. Ooh. Well, luckily I still have some level 1 spell slots, so I guess I'm giving up one of those.
Oh no.
I guess last this time for real. 10, Korean barbecue drizzle sauce. This sauce is a sweet and savory sauce, perfect for dumplings or noodles.
Looks good.
The first 2 ingredients are sugar and soy sauce, so you can extrapolate from there what it might taste like. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
A little too liquidy for me, but
get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. Honestly, not too bad looking. Man, this is quite a sandwich, huh? Might be a little silly, but I think it'll taste okay. Let's give it a taste and find out. This is stupid. Like, this shouldn't be
Wait, it's good?
I mean, I understand why it is. The sweet French toast with some cinnamon in it goes well with the Korean barbecue sauce. Both provolone and bologna are pretty neutral flavor-wise. Then you've got the savory morels cooked in a ton of butter. And those green onions just giving a little bit of spice and interest. There's nothing wrong with this taste-wise. It's silly. It's a little bit mushy. Kind of has the same eggy texture all the way through.
Maybe
but that's kind of my only complaint. This ridiculous sandwich gets a 9.1 from me, and I'm going to call it the Beverly Hillbilly. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you again on Monday.
That was a 9. Holy shit, he wasn't kidding. He actually was not kidding.